Guests of Moldova will get a lot of positive impressions if they visit the National Museum of Fine Arts in Chisinau. The building was built in 1899 on the land of Princess Diana and was intended for the second girls' gymnasium. The object was designed by the chief architect of the city, Alexander Bernardazzi. The building had central heating, running water, electricity, telephone. It was used for its intended purpose until 1945. Immediately after the war, the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Moldova, the Museum of the History of the Communist Party, and the Palace of Pioneers were located here. In 1991, the building was transferred to the National Museum of Fine Arts of Moldova. During its existence, the museum has collected more than 30,000 exhibits from different eras. Here you can see paintings from the Tretyakov Gallery, the Hermitage, famous European museums. During the years of independence of the Republic of Moldova, 21 million lei were allocated from the state budget for the reconstruction of the building and 1 million euros from the Romanian government. The museum is visited annually by more than 60,000 connoisseurs of fine art. Exhibitions of European, Russian, Ukrainian, Asian artists are constantly held here. Collections of Gober, Rembrandt, Boucher, Gavarni, Renoir, Ivanov, Repin, Perov, Savrasov, Shishkin, Ivazovsky are presented. You can get acquainted with a unique collection of Japanese masters of the 17th, 19th centuries such as Kitagawa Utamaro, Ando Hiroshige, Utagawa Kunisada. It is worth paying attention to the sculpture of Alexei Shchusev. It is made of wood by the artist Lazar Dubanovsky and amazes with its expressiveness and high skill of the author. And the sculpture of Arkady Rakin by the same author can be admired for hours and admired by the artist's skill. Visitors to the museum are attracted by the portrait of Empress Maria Alexandrovna, made by an unknown author. The portrait of Emperor Franz Joseph I, which was made by the Spanish artist Ruiz in the 19th century, looks very expressive. The painting by the Italian artist Pietro Liberi Bethsabe depicts the wife of King David, who became the mother of King Solomon. According to biblical legends, King David saw her bathing and desired her, although at that time she was the wife of Uriah the Hittite, an elite soldier of King David. The painting Before the Crown by one of the greatest masters of genre painting of the second half of the 19th century, First Ziraflev, reflects a truly tragic plot. Standing to the right of the heroine, her father is apparently forced to marry his daughter to an unloved man in order to improve his financial situation. The portrait of Empress Maria Alexandrovna by the German artist Franz Xavier Winterhalter, painted in 1857, was a great success. The sickly appearance and sad look indicate an incurable disease of the woman, who died in 1880 from tuberculosis. The famous Flemish artist Anthony van Dyck painted the painting The Penitent Apostle Peter in 1617. It depicts the Apostle Peter, who deeply repents after he renounced Christ 3 times during the night. At the end of the 18th century, Empress Catherine II invited the Austrian painter Johann Baptist Lampe the Elder. In the painting, the Empress appears as an antique goddess, even though the canvas is slightly overloaded with details. Certain emotions are evoked by the painting Fabian and the Nymph by an unknown French artist. Young people linger in front of this beautiful work for a long time. The talented Russian artist Boris Kustadiev created many unique paintings during his short life, and he lived only 49 years. Among them, one can highlight the portrait of his wife Yulia Proshinskaya. She was with him throughout his life, most of which he spent in a wheelchair. A bright representative of the Art Nouveau style, the Soviet sculptor Stepan Dmitrievich Urzaya, created a unique sculpture of a naked woman. This creation is admired not only by men of any age, but also by many women who clearly envy the one who posed for the artist. It is difficult to take your eyes off the bright and juicy watercolors of the young Moldovan artist Eugen Chisinau. His paintings are distinguished by their originality and sincerity, which you can admire for hours. The exhibition presents paintings by one of the most famous students of Leonardo da Vinci, Bernardino Luini. Museum visitors often linger for a long time near the painting Salome with the head of John the Baptist, which evokes slightly sad thoughts. It is worth taking a closer look at the painting by the Russian artist Vasily Polinov, Christ and the Sinner. The Gospel of John describes the story of Christ and the sinner, which became the subject of this unique painting. And how the mystical betrothal of Saint Catherine took place can be found in the painting by the Italian artist Paolo Veronese, written in 1575. Museum visitors often linger for a long time near the painting Salome with the head of John the Baptist, which evokes slightly sad thoughts. It is worth taking a closer look at the painting by the Russian artist Vasily Polinov, Christ and the Sinner. The Gospel of John describes the story of Christ and the sinner, which became the subject of this unique painting. And how the mystical betrothal of Saint Catherine took place can be found in the painting by the Italian artist Paolo Veronese, written in 1575.